And now, for the first time in 3 months, my Blazer actually looks like a freaking Blazer again. Everything's all back together in one piece. Yes, there's a huge fluid explosion under there. I had a bit of a mishap with my power steering pump. It didn't break it or anything, it just kind of overflowed a little bit. I just did its first oil change after about a 30-minute run time. It's good on antifreeze. It's good on oil. Good on transmission fluid. As you can see, the interior is still a long ways from being put back together, but we will get to that. Under its current conditions, it will actually be drivable. Right now, my electric fans are not in. They're not wired up just yet. But for this short test drive I'm about to do, they will not be needed. We're about to see, for the first time, just how this thing will run. Because I can tell you right now, she will start real easy. 152,502 on the odometer, where it's been for the last 3 months, as I have stated many times now. And now, turn my lights on. I've got red lights, well, red and blue, sort of, on that. Red light down here. Everything's gonna be red when I get done. Right now, these aren't the switches that are gonna be in here. But all right, let's go. Hit the brakes. Yep, all of my lights outside are now LED. All of my lights inside are also LED. There we go. The map lights come on with the dome lights and independently. Yeah, they all do. All right. She wants to go. She's moving out of the carport. Now I can't go too far with this thing right now because I had to replace the steering gearbox and I haven't had a realignment done yet, obviously, for obvious reasons. All right, let's take off. First time she has rolled under the power of the engine in 3 months. Nice and smooth. Well, a little shaky. Probably don't want to go too fast just yet. Not bad. The brakes are a little rusted up, so I got to give them a little bit of time. Okay, that's back there that's rattling. I think that's my spare tire mount. All right. Sounds good. Sounds real good. All right, let's hook a UE right here. Oh, something fell. In the back of the truck. Oh, I guess that was whatever was rattling, because it ain't rattling anymore. All right. Looking good. Oil pressure's up. Fuel gauge is down. Not terribly so. It's still, according to this, it's got about... oh, it's not going to tell me exactly how many gallons are in the tank, but it can tell me I got about 73 miles to go. So that's cool. I honestly thought this would work about like my pickup does and not actually tell me what the instant economy is, but it's doing pretty good at that, actually. How about that? Mine bottoms out when I'm coasting to a stop or whatnot. We'll reverse now. And she rolls. She powers herself back. Oh, frickin' righty then. I have a 2-vehicle carport. 2 vehicles in use. And she actually rolls pretty straight for not having the right alignment done yet. You know what? I'm going to pull this out in the driveway real quick and wash it down a little bit. It is a bit of a mess right now, I got to be honest. All right. Of course, the ABS doesn't work still, because obviously I'm not going to deal with it. Oh, durr. I'm so used to my mom's Blazer. She's got a Blazer very much like this one. It's just an 05 instead of an 03. But hers doesn't ding when you leave the lights on and pull the key out. Yeah, all my lights on. That one back there is also LED. You can't see it in the light. The one down here. The one under there, which is currently just a glove box in the way right now. Yeah. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. And I'm not a fan of Dex coolers. I'm sure I may have mentioned in some prior video. So it's got the green antifreeze now. Very little air left in the system. Nice and cool all across the radiator. Nice. I just had to put new fittings on the oil cooler lines going into the radiator because the old ones I had to move from the old radiator were leaking. And it looks like these are not. Very cool. You know what? This radiator cap, I think, might be leaking. I need to clean that up and keep an eye on it. Because this one was leaking on the pickup, and I replaced it with the one I had for the Blazer, and it hasn't leaked since, but I'm thinking I may need to replace this cap again. Yeah, I've got no AC at all right now. That's just the bare compressor sitting there. Just for the pulley, basically. Alright. Get up underneath. Transmission's not leaking out. And I don't see anything else leaking out. Alright. Power steering right now is... Oh, there's the drip. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I can't really tell where the fluid level is right now. But it's definitely over the full mark. Okay, I think it's right there. Right there where that line is, just a little bit below that, is where the fluid is. It's actually in the pipe, I think. So thankfully there's a gasket at that pipe, because otherwise there'd be power steering fluid everywhere again. And I can smell it on the exhaust manifolds right now, so that's just perfect, I tell you what. And the oil level, after that little jaunt, is right where it should be. Oh, freaking righty then. So now, I gotta get the electric fans wired up, of course. I'm gonna shove this guy on the back of the alternator for whatever amplifier I might want to put in this truck at some point. I went ahead and had the interior out. I might as well go ahead and pre-wire it, right? Which is also what this wire and my RCAs are all about. And I also have my rather insane little hodgepodge of wires here. You got the input from the truck to the RDS radio, because this truck came with a radio like this one, only without the tape deck. And I can hook up that radio again, or I can hook up a Bravada radio that I've had for the last several years. I got way back in Alaska. Both of them will work in this truck because they're both the same form factor. They're both tuned-in radios. And I just like the stock look. And this, my line level converter, of course, for the RCAs and whatever future amplifier. Yeah. So, that's great. And, yeah, it's an open circuit card and everything. But everything back here is plastic, so it's not going to short out on anything. So I'm not going to worry about that at all. Yeah, so that's my working blazer again. Oh yeah, we cleaned off the back rotors a little bit here. You can kind of see a little bit of silver showing now. Not much, but a little bit more. These guys are still pretty badly rusted up, but a little bit of drive time on them, they'll clean up pretty good. I'm just looking for uniform wear, basically. It looks like they're all working, which is good. So, my next project, now that all of this is basically done, is to get this god-awful messy carport cleaned up. Finally, after all this bloody time, and all this ish just piled up in here, I tell you frickin' what, this carport is in serious need of some help. And some of you have let me know about that in not so friendly terms, let me put it that way. Yeah, those comments don't exist anymore, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna back it up a good ways, spray it up a little bit, clean it up, and then I'll be able to take it out for a freaking inspection tomorrow. Because during waiting for the engine to be finally rebuilt and done, my registration expired. Yeah, the kind of cool thing is both trucks expire in the same month, so I can get them both done at the same time, basically. But should be about ready to go. Just gotta get the electric fans in here, and she'll be running and driving on her own. No help required. Oh, well, I gotta PCM program the fans in, of course, because I don't have my fan override switches in here yet, and I don't know that I will anytime soon. It might be a couple weekends before I get that done. But yeah, well, as you have seen, it runs and drives again. It took it long enough. I thought I wouldn't see the day. It was getting to that point where I was starting to wonder if I was ever going to see the day it drove again. What in the world fell in the back of my truck? I know I heard something falling. Something was rattling. Oh, that thing. Yeah. Cover. I think I had it sitting up on top of the jack cover there. Yeah, a couple things back here. Not much, though. The interior parts all sitting in the back seat. These are new lift cylinders, that's why this thing, it pulls itself up and it pulls itself down, so yeah, real good there. But the problem is, you try to just let it sit there, it'll actually latch. And you push the button to release the window, and it only sometimes lets it go. So yeah. Here we go. Back her up and clean her up. That's it.